This episode of The General's Gentleman is sponsored by Star Control Origins. Take command of humanity's first and only interstellar starship, with a mission to save Earth at any cost. Travel to distant stars, investigate exotic new worlds, and engage with alien civilizations. Featuring me, Callum McCall, as a designer, writer, and voice actor.
Welcome to The General's Gentleman.
G'day. Welcome back to Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath. Here we are, casting a match. Spawning in our bottom left, we have... It was Mr. BarnyBarcode, wasn't it?
Barney! We're going with Barney the Barcode, are we?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Barney the Barcode, yeah.
Bazza, Barney...
Yeah.
We could go like a really fancy name, like... What's a really fancy B name? Like
Barnabas?
Barnabas, Bernice. I don't know if that's a real name. It's probably not.
Barnabas Benese Barcode. He's our Reaper 17 anyway. BikeRushOwnz is his opponent.
Yeah, we don't know what node he's playing in
A
just yet.
scorpion tail of some kind. So, yeah.
And I'm weirded out by the camera angle. It's really like horizontal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm almost looking at this from a third person perspective. Especially after playing some Ashes, which is like really vertical.
Yeah, it's probably one of the flatter. Nice, good. How calculated was that though? Just got the exact right amount of damage down to kill the buzzer. Literally the last shot coming out from the turrets killed the buzzers, and then went for the militants.
And it's also facing his opponent's base, so he gets that scout in.
Hashtag replays.
Just that little bit sooner. So let's see what BikeRush is going for. Just 7 harvesters. Let's see if he completes the 7 harvesters.
Hopefully we'll get them done in time. I mean, yeah. We've got a fair bit of game to play.
So he's vanilla nod.
Yeah.
They're having the militants.
So I've written down.
So this isn't a tournament game. This is the first game we've done in a while that isn't like a series or anything.
Yeah, just a game, which is cool.
Yeah, we just jumped on gamereplays.org. Got a bunch of the most popular replays.
I can't believe I'm not wearing my gamereplays.org shirt today.
Yeah, it's like I wear that every other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should like buy a new shirt from Game Replays. The only problem is though is that Spread shirt is such a bad shirt store that it'll fade within 6 months of having it.
Might be worth doing. Bit of buggy production started too here.
Wow.
So that's cool.
5 harvesters so soon. So I think we'll see a quick expansion up here. It is a very close expansion, so you don't actually have to move much.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the drone troops actually already moved. So yeah, it's up the top. So unless it starts to spawn there, I'm pretty sure it didn't. It sneakily buzzed its way up. So
that's clever. You could go for the blue tib on while that first ref on the expansion is being constructed.
Yeah. And knows that there were buggies on the map as well. So we've already seen an investment of units from BikeRush. So it seems like a smart play. It doesn't seem likely that there's going to be any harassment towards that central blue tib. Cool play. I like it.
Very passive game so far.
Yeah, not even harassment onto the tib spikes. So just double expansion for both of our players. Nerve
center. That's a weird place to build a fragile tech building. What? Why would you build that over there?
Was that meant to be like a buzzer turret? Did he have a buzzer turret ready? Like, did he have one ready and he maybe meant to put that down, or?
I feel like that would have been a fantastic place for a buzzer turret. Well, lightning spike.
Yeah.
I don't see any dead harvesters, however, so that looks like a pretty.
So maybe the nerve center was supposed to be there, and the
right.
was supposed to be the other.
Yeah, that's a much better spot for a nerve center.
Just blends in with with your opponent's base. They'll never snipe it. So.
Okay, now he's actually getting an upgrade on this nerve center. It must be the only upgrade there. The attenuated force fields.
Yeah, we'll upgrade these seeker tanks, so it's cool. I dig that. We're in a pretty good position because there's a lot of production getting started again. Because it was virtually no military units early into quick expansion. As for both of our players, it means that there's a bunch of units getting chunked out now, and it's Scorpions from BikeRush. But I don't know if he's gonna have the upgrades. Definitely once the seekers get the upgrades, they win that hard. So. See how this plays out.
So by the way, I like how we see them using that formation move. I think it's if you hold down right click, it draws a little box that they
Right.
position
It's
in.
like Age of Empires style, like
Yeah,
dragon.
it gives you
dragon
better surface
formation.
area.
Yeah.
Because if you just manually like box select units, you kind of get this blob, and you don't want that blob. You want that line formation.
Yeah. So BikeRush scouts the force fields. Probably could have guessed it, given that he scouted the nerve center earlier. So that's not really a big deal. I don't know how he's going to play this behind it though. What tech's he going for? Anything interesting in his base? So.
Flame tank, operations center.
All right.
Nothing just yet, other than a lot of scorpions.
So we might have a long game here potentially. So.
By the way, the scorpions and rivals don't have that back tail. The little thing there on the back
Right.
isn't there.
Yeah, they don't. They're two tracked, which is kind of boring. They look a lot like the
Well, the
The
model
scorpions look a lot like the predator tanks. So.
the model is the same, just minus that
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And then when the scorpion tanks get the laser capacitors upgrade, then they actually look like scorpions. Oh my god, triple dragon tank, a flame tank.
Oh, this is
And
is
they're
gross.
cloaked!
Oh, this is gonna be disgusting.
Well, he can detect stealth though with the Seekers. Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
Seekers find them, but big response, quick response.
By the way, I really like how there's
Oh, we're gonna
actually a
pull back.
visual effect that
Wow,
shows you when they're revealing. It pulls back. I'm surprised he didn't just go for
They're
it.
just gonna go for the spike here.
We already got it. Oh, no, he didn't already get
No,
it.
he hasn't
sorry.
got the spike. You know, it was going straight for the harassment. Get the spike!
Yeah, he should definitely
Get
get
the
the spike.
spike!
Meanwhile, the North Seekers and Scorpions are clashing. There's the big ability of Doom. I see... Whoa, Tiberian Catalyst Missile.
Yeah. Lots of his abilities getting thrown down by BikeRush during the engagement, but he didn't go for the tip spike, so I'm sad.
Did he sell off his... Wow, I think he sold off his structures because they're on cooldown now. So
Right, okay.
sell that structure that gives you those tech powers and then just spam units. Now the reason why that upsets me is because I want to check the names because I probably got both of them wrong. And now I can't check them because he sold the building. How selfish. We're finally getting this spike now. Nope, just kidding.
No. JK, my friend.
Well, it would be worth it if he gets a refinery.
Yeah. If the I'm surprised this wasn't the play to start off with. He wasn't really hugging with the first push. Wasn't really hugging the edge of the map. And this is now a big Seeker army pushing across as well as a bunch of Reaper tripods. So Black Hand also pushing across the map, and the Seekers would be great against those. They're rolling across. Looks like the Reaper tripods are actually going to chase those ones down. Most of these Seekers now getting cleaned up thanks to
Wow.
some Walker boys
I think he's
coming
just
out from BikeRush.
trying to take this out with the Black Hand squads.
And this is...
Oh my god.
Yeah, it just buys time for the flame tank to sneak through.
Wow, he's found the tech lab. That's the dream. That's where every flame tank wants to be.
Repairs are going down on it, but I don't think it's going
The
to matter.
upgrade
so.
timing, the upgrade finishes though.
Ugh.
So the upgrade completes. Let's see what upgrade that was. I'm not actually sure which one that was, but he can't actually destroy the command center because he can lift off. But going for the nerve center is clever because that's a prerequisite for the tech lab, so it delays that rebuild.
Probably going to get the refinery here too. Nasty.
Yeah,
Good repair.
man, he was vet too.
So close. Nice repair.
No damage over time though, unlike Zero Hour where the flame tank does a little bit of damage even after it dies, assuming that it was attacking something. Probably won't finish this off. I think it's actually out of range as well.
Yeah, it'd be silly if it was within range. So
Before it's within range.
OP for nod. So outside.
It's within range for a sniper team. Catalyst missile? Oh, I think it's to suck up because these ability they can suck up. See, the Ravagers too. They have a funky ability. They're really good versus refineries and
Is
harvesters.
that all they need? Do they need more than that? Can't they get more than that? Oh, I guess they're all full. Okay,
Energy
interesting.
bar is
So, yeah.
full.
Yeah.
Though, speaking of UI design, it's not good design that the energy bar and the shield bar is the same color. The energy bar should be yellow.
And it's also not good UI design that you haven't put a nice spot for us to put our webcam in. Skins here, it's a really janky location. We don't like it. No one does.
It's not often that I criticize Kane's Wrath's design or CNC3's design because it's such a good game and so well designed, but yeah, that's it. Well, that's a lot of avatars.
Yeah. I was gonna say these tripods are getting hunted.
Walker battle.
I love it. I dig it. Massive avatar push here from BikeRush.
And those Ravagers are really creepy. The way they walk is really weird. Oh, you're gonna die, Harvester.
Maybe not.
Big Seeker army, but getting collapsed upon, it would seem, by a lot of avatars.
Yeah, consolidating the army is BikeRush is just going to push out with this, like mass militant and all these avatars. This could do a lot.
So there's also a lot of militant spam here. So those are for anti-infantry support, though I suspect we'll see the redemption used because there's no upgrades. So if he was wanting to really rely on those militants, I think we would see that Secret Shrine investment. I hear a hexapod. Do I hear a hexapod or am I?
I don't know. Do you?
I heard some scrin, and I assumed it was a hexapod.
See, like I've never been good at translating scrin. I'll be honest. Like, yeah.
Okay,
I've always struggled with the language. Elvish, yes, like fine. German's
Yeah.
okay. My scrin is pretty bad, so yeah.
Gotta work on that. Something. Pew pew pew. Shield. Gobble gobble gobble. That's all you need to really know.
I don't really understand the positioning from BikeRushOwnz here. It's just, he had control over the middle, now he doesn't have control over the middle. Like, why not just stay there? I don't know why he's pulling back to base. It's like he doesn't want to take an engagement. He's going for more units, but...
Yeah, that's... One thing about this map is that there's definitely no central Tyrannium expansions. The exception, of course, being that blue tip, but that gets mined out pretty fast. Whereas many other maps, it's hard to get those stalemates because there is a central Tiberium field, and so if someone has control of the map, they will just out-eco you. Oh no, we are seeing the Secret Shrine upgrades, both of them in fact, Confessor and the Tib Infusion.
I think like once the game started to drag out, it became the better play for BikeRush to go for this. So
wow, Disruption Turret, that gives him stealth, but that doesn't help me much for Seekers. So,
Skinner Grade is up there too, so it's pretty diverse army composition from
okay, now I hear a hexapod.
Bartholomew barcode.
I wasn't sure, so I looked it up in Google Translate. I just typed in into Google, and I was like, yeah, bro,
Yeah, man.
the hexapod's ready. Wow, we're gonna have a big battle. I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it.
I'm loving. This is just an excellent cast to set up, and both myself and Callum are reveling in it because it's not often you get to cast an engagement that's this big. It's a special present for us.
I love the Seeker army up here because it keeps forcing the army of BikeRush to split up. Whoa. And we have the nuke missile with its really, really short 7-minute timer. Though the seconds seem to be faster than actual seconds in this game. Maybe I'm just crazy. But it's probably like 0.8 seconds. It's probably one of those things where the multiplayer game speed is slightly faster than like the normal game speed.
Not to the same point as 0 hour, but like, yeah. 0 hour is kind of weird.
In fact, most games, the in-game time doesn't actually match. Like, the real time. Wow, beam cannons. This is turning into a sick game.
Oh, this is cool.
So beam weapons have some pretty crazy scaling. Because the way that they work is if you have like a bunch of beam cannons together, they combine their little beams into a giant beam. Oh no, just kidding. He wants to just
He's going to scrap them.
Yeah. I will take that. Okay. So
He's scrapping them.
They're mainly anti-building. But I think you see them against... like epic units sometime, but they're not very good versus things like these hexapods. But yeah, I believe the damage is exponential. So if you have 20 beam cannons, you just kill anything instantly. But if you have 5 of them, it's actually not much. Oh, good raid generator blows the shields if nothing else.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh my
good
god,
play.
I actually
Really
get
good
a couple
play.
of
Wow.
of these too.
Caught all of them.
Has a venom. I mean, that'll
Is it just kill husks real quick?
husks and the engineers too.
Right. Look at that. It's actually not bad. That was more than that was more damage from the venom than I thought. To kill
Those husks are just so weak. That's all. But not a bad idea. I mean, if you took out these 2 husks, that would make
upgraded walkers as well.
Yeah, well, a lot of anti-air on these Shard Walkers and the Seekers, so it's going to be hard to use the Venoms. And perhaps he was just looking for scouting more than actual damage. But I
swear the whole purpose of this game is to lead up to the biggest battle that Kane's Wrath has ever seen. So.
All right, well, we got Catalyst Missile, which I missed. A bunch of other things, Tiberium Vein Detonation, but not much Tiberium left.
The missile for BikeRush will be up before anything from... Bartholomew barcode, so
I wonder if we'll see the Vertigo bombers. They're pretty good. They do a lot of splash damage.
Yeah. I don't know why the air tail's so far forward, but...
Well, because they got to reload.
That, or is that... Okay, right. So that
if,
makes sense. Okay.
If he has the Vertigos, they drop their payload and they return.
Right. He goes for them. Right.
I do appreciate how in this game, the air towers and the equivalents are actually quite a small structure because they're vertical. In generals, the airfield is like this big, so it's really hard to fit an airfield in your base on many of the maps. Wow, Tiberium left over a long time ago.
Certainly it's the time to start picking it up. Seems like BikeRush had control over the central blue tip for most of the game.
Insufficient funds.
Biggest overkill ever.
Throwing grenades at the harvest. Get back here. Didn't pick up any Tiberium.
Okay. The engagement up the top. With the Beamy Reapers.
I think we're going to actually see a Superweapon this game.
Yeah, I mean, it might head that way, but I see. Yeah, I don't know why it's not. Bartholomew actually pushing the pace here. Maybe it's just because he thinks he can split up the units and find a good engagement better than BikeRush can, so has more of a chance of hitting the big boy. What's the equivalent for Scrin? What is it called? It's you have nuke and what's
the Rift Generator.
Rift Generator, right? Okay.
Yeah, Tokyo Rift. Now, what is weird about CNC3 though is you can only build a single super weapon. You can't build multiple like you can in 0 Hour. Oh, where is it? Yeah, only one, maybe built at a time. It just seems really unnecessary, given how weak they are.
Yeah.
I don't remember if you can build multiple in Red Alert 3. You probably can only build one, but the fact that you have 2 super weapons kind of makes it okay. You have a utility one as well. Well, Hexapod hasn't really done much, whereas the Redeemer's been finding some Rage Generator run-bys.
Yeah, got a couple of nice snipes. I don't know. I feel like there's slightly more value in BikeRush's army, maybe? That overall with the Rage Generator and a couple of other trades that BikeRush has kind of come out ahead, but I'd be guessing with this many units on the field, I'm guesstimating. So
I like how he just has a single black hand, meaning that this Redeemer is beastly versus infantry. Creeping forward stealth towers. Oh my god, something man spam.
Oh. Okay, maybe we see the engagement. But it's weird, is BikeRush going to engage before he has the missile up? He's creeping the stealth towers forward still.
Yeah, you would think he would wait for it, given that his super weapon was actually a little bit more, it was built faster.
Yeah, I mean, I get that he's getting into a good position for it. That makes sense, because if he gets in a good position, then he forces an engagement. Like, he starts the engagement, I think, like, probably 40 seconds onto his timer. So maybe waits another 30 seconds, and then he engages.
Or maybe he just wants to really aggressively prevent his opponent from attacking his super weapon.
Yeah, and taking the blue tip as well. That's another thing. Like, having this positioning I prefer because it has blue tip control. I don't know if he has vision in the kind of the top side of the map, because there has been a lot of harassment in terms of, he doesn't. The Seekers have been running around that area a lot. The Seekers and the Shardworkers have kind of been doing run-bys in the area looking for snipes. I haven't really found anything.
The other advantage as well of being this aggressive is it forces his opponent to group up his army to counter-engage. And in doing so, if he does group up,
30 seconds.
Then he can get nuked. Whereas if he spreads out, the nuke, what does it, take out a bunch of buildings? It's not exactly a big deal. So let's see how they play this. Only a minute until the nuke of BarnyBarcode, man.
And 20 seconds for BikeRush. Do you think he's going to go now?
Dude, I'm getting a frame rate drop. I don't know why he's force firing.
Bro, your opponent doesn't have Rage Gen, so... What's the strat?
The army is somewhat spread out.
2 seconds. I mean, it's available. Is he going to push? Yeah, BikeRush is going, man.
So
He's going. BikeRush is going.
Good spread out.
Yeah.
He's going for the attack. It's actually not that well defended, but the Hexapod
can get... actually got some pretty crazy crushes there.
Yeah, that's the redemption. So
Yeah.
these are all now the awakened. Well, when they die,
When they die,
be.
they're going to be the awakened.
And that will give him the EMP.
Yeah, the hexapod's phasing out as well. So I was looking for crushes, but kind of can't really find them. Most of the infantry is now going to turn into awakened.
Not collapsing upon the rift generator, so there will be the counter super weapon.
Nuke's still available as well, so maybe that's I don't know, maybe that's why we see BikeRush pulling back as opposed to looking for an engagement. We kind of see counter pushes coming in from Bartholomew. I think he's
Oh,
pushing
wow.
Seekers in the north and hexapods in the south. So
Stasis shield.
sorry, tripods in the south. Yeah, stasis shield goes down.
He EMP'd the drone platform. I don't know what he aimed to achieve with that. These avatars are also clumped.
This is going to wear off in like 10 seconds, so the hexapod is going to now be vulnerable.
We could see the super weapon here, the rift generator. Both the super weapons
Yeah,
are
there's rift,
available.
there's rift generator.
He's used it. There goes all of the avatars that sucking
And the nuke
them
got
up
used.
into oblivion. Where are you at, nuke? Where are you at?
There's the nuke.
There it
is.
is. I found a nuke. Didn't actually do that much though. It got a lot of damage on the hexapod, but it didn't kill it.
I feel like the rift was better there, and the Regima was completely pulled out of position, so that's going to get sniped out.
It's chain EMP'd now.
Yeah, I think Bartholomew really came out ahead during that engagement. The Rift is just in a perfect position just because of how he played with the hexapod. Well played. Good.
Yeah, the avatars were clumped. That was his entire army minus the Redeemer.
Yeah.
Whereas for Bartholomew Barcode Man, sorry, for BikeRush, I mean, his army was spread out. He had walkers all over the map, or at least all over his half of the map. So there was never a position where, wow, the nuke just killed everything. So sort of out of desperation, he nuked the hexapod, almost killed it, but didn't.
Yeah.
And then his Redeemer just died. That phase shield, stasis shield is kind of OP though, because you stasis it, and then when it wears off,
You
there's like,
walk
oh,
with EMPs.
there's 10 tripods around me. That being said, he did split up his Redeemer from his avatars, and so maybe that was the issue, because it meant that without any avatar support, the Redeemer could just get circled, and there was nothing to prevent that. And so I think playing more aggressively and having that nuke ready to go, forcing
Yeah.
him to engage by just going ham after that rift generator, and then if he defends it, then you nuke the defending army,
Yeah.
would have been the better play.
Yeah, it could have even pulled back. Like there was certainly a period there. I mean, maybe he just thought he committed because he'd thrown down the. What do you need for the awaken? Is it reckoning or what is it? What's the ability?
Oh,
so yeah, for the awaken to get the
the
awaken.
redemption.
Redemption, whatever it is. So that got thrown down. He kind of committed everything and started the engagement. But nuking there might have been the best play. And then the hexapod gets I don't know phases, and then. Maybe he's just worried about that. The avatar's getting caught out of position by the hexapod then. But yeah, it was an interesting engagement. So I'm glad we got to see both of those super weapons. That was cool.
Yeah.
We haven't really seen those in a game. And that was just both of our players gearing up for the engagement. So, interesting. Good.
He should have nuked his militants just to get maximum
Yeah!
awakened.
There we go.
I
That was the play, maybe. Like, he nukes the edge of it or something.
Yeah. I don't think there's radiation in this like there is in the nuke in general, so it doesn't seem to do any damage over time afterwards. But anyway, GG, well played. That'll be us for now. Thank you for watching, and subscribe for more Command & Conquer 3 shoutcasts.
Cheers, guys.